seconds left.
What a lot of people like in life is being right. But what is more valuable than being right is actually having rights. Now today we're going to look at what a right is or actually is. Now there's been a bit of a confusion. Is the right to privacy the same thing as privacy itself? What does this really mean? So I'm going to look at why the individual right to privacy is greater than national security in 3 different voting issues. Essentially, the first voting issue focuses on rights, the second focuses on warrants, and the third focuses on the choice that you need to be making. So first, let's take a look at my first reason to vote affirmative, and that is essentially what rights are. Rights are claims. Rights are claims. Now, when we look at what rights are, does that mean that they are the same thing? Is the right to privacy the same thing as privacy itself? Absolutely not. The right to privacy is a claim or title to privacy, whether it's legal, moral, or prescriptive. Now, let's examine this not with the right to privacy, but with the right to property. You might have seen back there, I own a water bottle. I exercise my right to property to own a water bottle. However, if that water bottle is taken away from me, my right to property isn't taken away. If the police decide that it's important for an investigation, they can get a warrant that says that they can take away that water bottle. Thus, they can respect the fact that I have a right to property, that I actually can own this water bottle, but they're going to go through a legal way to take that water bottle from me. So my right to property is not my water bottle. My water bottle, the fact that I own my water bottle simply goes towards the fact that I have a right to property. In the same way, we all have the right to privacy, and that doesn't mean that if someone invades our privacy, then they're taking away our right to privacy, or that they're invading our right to privacy. Instead, they're invading what our right has. Now, let's look at how this can be done in the proper way. And regarding my second voting issue, and that is essentially warrants. What are warrants? Now, my opponent's been saying that in the case of these police officers and in the case of these police officers searching this man's apartment, it doesn't matter if they use warrants or not because it actually invaded his privacy, thus invaded his right to privacy. Now, we can already see that the right to privacy is not the same thing as privacy itself. However, because they used warrants, they were at the police officer, or if the police officers used warrants, they were acting in a way that respected this man's right to privacy. Because warrants are made with the idea, with the assumption that people have the right to privacy. Search warrants are. And so when the police use search warrants, they're saying, we respect the fact that you have a right. That's why we're going through this process to get a warrant to search, to invade your privacy. You can invade privacy without actually invading the right to privacy. Now, I don't know if the police officers used a warrant, but I do know that they should have. We're looking at what the law should be, and the police officers should use warrants. And this brings me to my third voting issue, the third reason to vote affirmative, and that is simply the choice that we have to make. I hopefully have already made clear to you what choice I will make. I believe that the police officers should advise us of our right to remain silent, should ask us for our consent before they enter our homes, or should use warrants before they do this. I believe that we should respect the right to individual privacy above national security. So does my opponent. I asked her in cross-examination, do you want the police officers to ask her consent or give you the right to remain silent? And she said yes. Now the question comes down to you. Both the affirm team and the negative team agree that police officers should have warrants, should advise us of our right to privacy. But which world do you want to live in?